is the Riot Podcast. This is the Wednesday, July 12th edition. And for the podcast today, we want to start out by letting you know of a new nifty little feature we've added to the RadioU app, which if you don't have, you definitely should have the RadioU app. First of all, it's free. You can get it on your iPhone or Android.
Real convenient.
Yeah, it is convenient because you can just not only pop up this podcast right through there, you can also, there's a million things you can do, but let me tell you the new thing you can do, and that is you can talk to us on the show. We have a lot of people that leave comments. They'll text the show at 877-2RADIO-U, but now you can leave us a voice message on the front page of the RadioU app, which, again, free. There's a button that says Talk to Us. You press that. It allows you to record a message. You can share some feedback on the show. Give us ideas for segments. Tell us why we're wrong about something. I don't know why you would need to do that. We're never wrong. But maybe that's a possibility if one day that happens to come up. And the great news is, even though it says talk to us, you don't actually have to. Because a lot of people, we've talked about this recently, don't like talking on the phone. You don't actually have to talk on the phone. It's just a recording.
Yeah.
There's not even a recording.
We're not picking up on the other side.
No.
You think I'm just hanging out all day? You think I have nothing to do?
Just waiting for
you to press that button?
Uh-huh.
No chance.
Yeah. We're busy.
But I will
we got
listen
stuff
to
do.
it. I will listen to
We
it.
will listen to it, and there's a very real possibility, if not likelihood, that we'll use it on the show.
Yeah, think about like when you guys text in and we read your text aloud. And there's many a times, and Hudson does this a lot with me too, where you tell him something or you text him something and he misconstrues it.
Yeah.
He puts it out there in a way that you didn't mean for it to be. And so this is a way for you to be able to use our little voice memo thing. There's a voice memo spot.
Yeah.
To be able to get your point across in the way that you want to on whatever topic we're talking about.
And here's the even more obvious reason why you should use it. Because so many people use voice to text anyways.
They do.
And this is voice to text, except better. Because
they won't mess it up.
Yeah, you're not going to get words off. And also, we get to hear you, and we want to hear you.
Yeah, and make sure this is the other thing I'll say, too. Because a lot of times, if you guys listen to the podcast, we talk about things in the future we're going to talk about. Like tomorrow, we're going to do Choice Champions.
Right.
We're going to unveil what the Choice Champions are for tomorrow. And then you guys can go ahead right now and get your word in on it, and then we can use it tomorrow. But the important part is it's never one take. For us here, it's always one take, right? And that's why we say things and we sound dumb sometimes.
That's right.
For you guys.
Yeah, that's why you do that.
You can record it as many times as you want, so make sure it's clear, concise, and get your point across. We can understand what you're saying. That way we can use it on the show, because if it doesn't make sense or if it doesn't sound really clear, then we can't use it. So make sure you guys do it in the right way that we can actually use it on the show.
Do your best. Test it out. It's the free RadioU app. You'll find it in whatever app store for your phone, and then just use the Talk to Us button. Try it out. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Now, talking of what people have to say and the app, I happened to come across this review for the RadioU app. 4 stars from J Dober 77.
So close to 5.
It's like the best radio station I've ever heard. The app is easy to get around.
Well, then why are we
4 stars?
Why are we 4 stars?
No, I like that. I like that from J Dober 77.
He's not giving us the 5 piece. But
but he's doing that because he's judicious with his ratings. It's not that he doesn't love RadioU. It's just 5 stars.
That's a lot.
He's reserving that.
That means that 4 stars means more.
It means a lot.
I just toss out 5 stars. That's what I do.
A 4-star for him is like a 5-star for everybody else.
Yes, for sure.
So I actually appreciate that because I've been accused sometimes of being a little too favorable, a little pumping up my ratings a little too much.
You're a little bit better now, but
like in food fights
in
and
the
stuff.
beginning of food fights, you would just toss out high numbers.
Yeah.
And then it meant nothing.
I could learn a thing or two from J Dober 77. That even if I love something, it might only be 4 out of 5 stars.
No,
even if it's the best. He literally said the best.
Yeah, because you never know when you're really going to see the best.
Yeah.
And you don't want to touch it at 5 now, and then tomorrow open up an app that's really a 5.
That's even better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. But 4 stars, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And as far as the app store goes, if I see at least 4 stars, that's good enough for me, anyways.
Oh yeah.
As long as we're not
sure.
As long as we're not below 4.
I think if you're, 4 means good app. 3 means you're gonna run into some issues.
Probably uninstalled it.
If you're 2,
unless it's really necessary.
If you're 2 or below, you're not even utilizing.
Yeah, you're mad.
You're gonna download it and you're gonna delete it instantly. I think
you're gonna be.
4 stars is good.
Yeah, you're gonna be frustrated with it. All right, thanks for that review from J Dober 77. Feel free to leave reviews, comments, feedback and definitely use that Talk to Us button in the RadioU app. We got a great show for you today. We're just going to let it speak for itself.
But before we go.
Oh, you got something?
Tomorrow's Choice Champions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to unveil it?
I think we should unveil it so we can give the people an opportunity.
Yes, you're right.
To get their word in if they want to hear themselves tomorrow.
Almost screwed that all up.
That would have been a mistake, a huge mistake. So tomorrow, Choice Champions.
I wish this was like Talk to Us where we could do it over again.
Start over from the top.
Mistake.
Exactly. So tomorrow, Choice Champions, biggest childhood fears.
Ooh.
Give us your top 3. Give us one that we should use or however you want to do it. But we want to hear at least one.
I've got a real good pick that I'm really excited about to make for this.
The biggest childhood fear. So if you guys want to get in on that, the Talk to Us button on our mobile app, you guys can give us, yet again, if you want to give us your top 3 that you would choose or even just one that you really want to hear in here. And then we can use it tomorrow on the show.
Also on the show tomorrow, Social Club Misfits. And that's just tomorrow. Forget about what's today, which is a bunch of good stuff. So.
And then Friday, my birthday.
That's right. And IHOP pancake tacos.
Oh man, what a week we have left.
Oh, it's all great stuff from here on out. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Now, our top story today is the new trailer for Wonka, which came out yesterday. Saw a lot of people talking about Timothée Chalamet and his origin story for Willy Wonka. Isaiah, you've seen the trailer. What's your reaction?
I have mixed reviews on it.
Okay.
The first thing I noticed is I think the plot seems like a solid plot for a movie.
Okay.
For like a Willy Wonka origin story.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
The idea is, he's traveled the world, as they allude to in the actual Willy Wonka movie. He's traveled the world, fixing up his chocolate. Now he wants to make it. And he needs a building, and they don't want him to have a building in the town. Yeah.
Yes, he's going to get some other, what seems like big chocolate. It's what he's up against.
Yeah.
And
the big wigs.
They do not like him so much, but the plot seems solid. I think the actual graphics, the look of the movie seems solid. I will say that in the first one, it was very it seems like a completely different time period.
Yeah, it does.
Because in the first one, at least one with Johnny Depp, it seemed as if everybody was poor. And this one seems very luxurious.
Yeah.
Like the whole city.
A way different world.
A way different world. And the second thing I noticed is this is the part that gets me, is I'm not sure if I like Timothée Chalamet as Wonka.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think he's a good actor.
No, love Chalamet.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor, but I think that when I think of Willy Wonka, I think of someone who's kind of crazy nice. You know, if we remember Johnny Depp in the movie, he was a little bit odd. He was a little bit weird in the movie, on par for Johnny Depp. And then you think about Timothée Chalamet, the way that he is portraying him just seems like a nice, sweet kid. Which yet again isn't exactly what I expected.
He's very innocent in this movie.
Yeah, the origin story of Willy Wonka. I wanted him to be a little bit weirder.
It's funny that you keep bringing up the Johnny Depp one because I've seen that. It doesn't even register. It was wiped from my brain until you brought it up because
Really?
I'm just thinking of, and I just recently watched the Gene Wilder one from the 70s or whatever, the old Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Which I just watched recently. Great movie.
Very
Still
good
great.
movie. Also did it the same way.
Yeah, but he's also, he's more terse with people.
Yes.
And so that is, they don't exactly jive together. A lot of people have been saying this too, that how can you have Timothée Chalamet play Willy Wonka when clearly it would match up visually for Jeremy Allen White. I don't know if you know who that is. The star of The Bear. You look him up. He looks exactly like Gene Wilder, and everybody says that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But granted, I like him. I also like Timothée Chalamet. I don't know if I want either of them to be attached to this. I don't have a lot of high hopes for it after watching the trailer. I'm not big on these unnecessary origin stories anyways. I think part of the fun of Willy Wonka is the mystery of where this guy came from. And so we're taking that away. I also think it's funny. This was a good quote, is that Leonardo DiCaprio told Timothée Chalamet no superhero movies and no hard drugs. And he wound up doing arguably something worse than both.
Yeah.
With Wonka. Now, what did you think? The last thing was, what did you think of Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa at the end?
It seems odd.
I feel like a lot of people are not liking that, and I have I have mixed feelings because that was kind of the part I liked the most.
Are you serious? That's the part you like the most?
Yeah, because I
think
thought
it seems odd.
the rest of the movie seems too earnest, and that at least seemed funny to me.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Overall, I think it looks like it could be really good.
It's
but it does not depict Willy Wonka in the way that I thought it would.
Yeah, it's not. The trailer didn't win me over. However, I am a big Chalamet guy. It's got a good cast outside of that. The director of Paddington directed it, so there's some goodwill there. So maybe it's still a maybe. Wonka coming to theaters this Christmas.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
This is crazy. You don't realize this, but if you're in the dating game right now, you're probably looking for somebody that looks like you.
Seems odd.
It does, but it's science. It's just been proven. A new study has just been published that showed, this is from the University of Queensland in Australia. They had people, there's a couple different ways they did it. They had people rate like attractiveness and a few other things of a bunch of different pictures of other people. And they had this whole group of people do this. And what they found was people who had similar facial features rated each other more attractive on average. You are more likely to find somebody attractive that had similar facial features to your own self.
Do you think that's because we look at ourselves in the mirror every day and that's what we're used to, or what?
That's kind of what they theorized, is that they thought that seeing somebody that looks similar to you, you don't even realize it, but it could bring some sense of kinship. Again, like, what do you call it?
Relatability?
Subconsciously, you have like a level of kinship with this person because you think they look similar to you. Also, would cause you to feel comfort, familiarity, and belonging with somebody else. Again, if they tend to look like you, this is all stuff you don't even realize, but that's kind of what's going on beneath the surface on a subconscious level.
Well, I think it makes sense, too, because you spend so much time trying to convince yourself that you are attractive that when you finally find somebody that looks like you, you're like, oh, my gosh, they must be attractive.
I guess.
They look just like me.
It validates your own appearance in a way.
Yes.
I guess that could make sense. No, I think I'll say for me personally, I think that this makes a lot of sense because...
You and your wife look similar? Is that what you're saying?
When I was dating and trying to find, like when I found my wife, I was conventionally attractive, and so I was looking for somebody else conventionally attractive.
They look just like you.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Interesting. Yeah, that's not my go-to thing. Is trying to find somebody that looks like me. I don't think that anybody that I've hung out with has ever looked like me.
You don't think so?
I mean, maybe we have similar features, probably.
You might not have realized.
I probably didn't realize. I feel like the type that I usually go after is similar to my look, I guess. Like dark features and whatnot.
Yeah.
Dark hair,
big brown eyes, a prominent brow.
That is my go-to.
Yeah.
The good old prominent brow.
Yeah, that's
the first thing I look for.
You're trying to find?
That's the first thing I look for.
Yeah, real white teeth, real white straight teeth.
That's nice teeth.
That's who you got to find. It doesn't say anything about the success of these relations. Like if you find somebody who looks like you, it doesn't mean that it's going to be successful, but it means that's what you're subconsciously looking for, evidently.
Do you think it's weird when you see a couple together and they look like each other, though?
Yeah. It's
an odd feeling.
It's confusing.
They give you weird vibes.
Some people, there's been studies that contradict each other saying that if you are together with somebody for a long time, you eventually look like one another.
Become one another?
Yeah.
That makes sense, I think.
But
because your wife ends up dressing you, and she ends up taking care of you. And so at the end of the day, she's going to make you look however she wants to look.
And your lifestyle, as in like just the life you live, the habits you have, stuff like that, the things you do affects your look. So obviously you and your partner likely to have similar lifestyles. And over time, that it converges into you and your significant other.
So if you see somebody walking around that looks like you, and that means that's your match. That's the one.
Get down on one knee right there.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Can I set you up with somebody?
No.
No, you wouldn't do that?
I don't know if I trust your choices.
You don't think so?
I don't know if you know my type, really.
Well, what if I told you there could be some money in it for you, though?
How much money are we talking? I
Well,
love some money.
it's $5,000 total. I don't know how you would think would be fair to split it.
Well, it seems as if I'm the one having to do all the work.
Well, I found you, and I found this woman who's looking for somebody to marry. You have to marry her.
Oh, then I'm getting all of that.
You're getting all 5,000.
If I'm marrying her, yes.
Well, then the offer's off the table.
Okay, fine. Then I'm out.
It is an actual option though for people out there. I don't know if you've seen this woman going around on TikTok. Her name is Eve. She's 35 years old. Is that too old for you?
No,
not necessarily. She is a corporate litigation attorney. In other words, loaded. And
I like it.
she has put out an offer on TikTok, $5,000 finder's fee for somebody that can help her find him, a man to marry.
See, but this is so odd though, because how do you decide? You know, like when do you get that 5,000? How long does it take for me to prove myself?
When you get married.
Like, so literally,
She says,
then she'll come back and she'll circle back to you.
yeah,
A couple of years later, she's like, "Hey, it worked out.
it's going to be,
Here's your 5K."
yeah, hopefully she'll remember you. It'd be tough. Think about this. You think she's going to remember? I guess if it's like the way you met with your special someone, you would probably remember that, oh yeah, I got to hook up Hudson with the $5,000 I owe him because he set me up with this guy. But at the same time, like what do you send a Venmo request for $5,000 on the wedding day? Like
I would.
How do you do that?
And I feel like at the same time, if she's willing to toss 5K just to anybody who can find her a husband, she is just tossing around money.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, 5K for that?
Yeah.
Sounds grand.
But it is an option out there. She, since putting this out on TikTok, she did this back last month. She's gotten over 556,000 views on that TikTok and about 25 introductions to potential suitors.
Seems low. Seems like a low number, to be honest.
Yeah, a low percentage.
Like 20, 25, that's it?
Yeah. But she says she has not gone on any dates with these guys yet. And so the offer still stands. She says the reason she's doing this, she's 35, right? So, you know, if you're, especially I think for a woman, you probably at that time, it's like, if I'm going to get married, I might as well. Like I'm running out of time, like childbearing time anyways. And so I don't know if that's on her plate or not, but either way, she's sick of being single. She wants to find the man that she can spend the rest of her life with. But she says ever since COVID, the way that she's experiencing dating culture has changed. And so she's just like, let me skip out on the apps and everything and let me try something a little different. I'm willing to offer $5,000 to anybody online who can set me up with the man of my dreams.
Let me try something different. How about bribery?
Yeah.
Can I bribe someone into finding me someone?
I just think maybe adding up money to the equation might not lead to the types of matches you're hoping for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
The people that are willing to set you up might not have your best interest in mind. But I mean, then again, you've got to get all the way to marriage to get this money. So
that's true.
You got to set her up with somebody good. How would you feel? Like, would you be open to if somebody set you up with somebody else, especially if there was money involved?
I'd be open to someone setting me up with someone else.
It doesn't depend who it is, though.
But it depends if they're like someone that I think I'm compatible with.
If your mom set you up with somebody?
No.
If your roommate set you up with somebody?
My mom always tries to set me up with people, and it's never people that I would ever want. She's like, I found a new girl for you. And then it's never. I know right away it's going to be a no.
It's going to.
Right off the rip.
If your mom likes her, it's a no.
She's going to say, the first thing she's going to say is, she's really nice. And I'm going to go, no, I already know. No. There's very few people that you can trust to set you up with somebody.
Niceness isn't important to you?
It's not that it's not important to me, but if that's what you're leading off with, I'm never convinced off that.
Oh, hi there.
This worst of the riot.
Crank that up.
Radio U.
Has this ever happened to you? You've been using a Netflix account. You're sharing it with, let's say, somebody you were going out with, and eventually the relationship ends, and you kept on using it and kept on using it. But now Netflix's password sharing crackdown has come into effect, and maybe you might be in limbo. You might be in danger of losing your watch history and your lists and everything.
Mine's gone.
It's gone, huh?
Mine is long gone,
It's
buddy.
history.
History.
It really is history. It's actually becoming a little easier for you to save that. Previously, Netflix would let you transfer a profile off of an account, but only to a new account. So if you wanted to start anew, and pay full price for Netflix, you could, and you could save your, your spot in Luther or whatever. Now, Netflix has updated the profile transfer tool so you can transfer from one ex's profile to another.
So if you have a new girlfriend who, let's say, lives in the house with you, and she already has Netflix.
Or maybe your roommate started paying for Netflix or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you could just transfer to that one.
Transfer off of the ex's account, now you can transfer it into a new somebody's account without starting completely from the ground up and paying full price for an account.
See, this is another example of the many reasons why I say it's best if you always end on good terms. You don't have to go with the whole unfollowing thing, being crazy after you end it all. Because I'll tell you this much. If you and your ex are on good terms, you think she's going to let you transfer?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of tools Netflix has.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You're going to text her and be like, hey, can I transfer my Netflix profile to my new girlfriend's? You're not getting that, buddy.
Yeah.
That's not happening. You got to be real nice when you
She's
get that
not
exit
letting
plan.
you come over to get all your clothes and stuff that she took. Forget about the Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. If you roll up to your old house and all of your clothes are in the front yard, I'm gonna tell you this right now: you're not getting your Netflix profile transferred. Doesn't matter if your jeans and your shirts are in the front yard, you're not getting that. That's why you have to make sure if you're the one who gets broken up with, or if you do the breaking up, or even if it's mutual, that you always end on good terms. Because this is another reason why. You want to be able to find the last spot you were watching a show in. You're going to want that transfer.
Yeah, can you imagine being who knows how many seasons into Grey's Anatomy and then trying to figure out where you were on
what
a brand
watched.
new profile? Nobody wants to deal with that.
And for every show, if you're not sure if you've even seen it, a movie you haven't seen, or if you've seen
all the stuff you were planning on watching eventually
your
one
watch
day,
list,
maybe.
you lose that whole watch list.
You can't lose all that.
No, I would say this is yet again. We tell you, be nice.
Yeah.
Just be a good person when it all ends.
Ideally, end the relationship on good terms. Another option, stay in an unhappy relationship just so you don't lose your Netflix account, or transfer it out before it's over.
That's what I was going to say.
Before you break up.
Before you end it, go ahead and do the transfer then.
Yeah.
Do it then. That's a good idea.
The preemptive transfer.
I would say that's a great idea.
See, this doesn't even have, with the password sharing crackdown, this doesn't have to be even a breakup. This could just be you guys aren't living together.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to prepare. So don't take it too seriously if you see your significant other transferring their profile off. They might just be doing that preemptively because they know the password sharing crackdown might come for your account anytime now.
Or it means it's over.
It's over.
It's so over.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.